Let me tell you the 5 key shifts that you must make to get to 100K or more within 3 years from today. Everything we have in common, everyone has in common, is a story. My story began, like many of you, with a childhood. In my case, challenged. Whether it was there or not, I didn't feel the love, the support, the care of my mum and dad. From the age of 6 years old, as my parents separated and divorced, it was as if my mother saw in me my father. The distance grew. Whether you had a loving or unloving childhood, what we all know, what everybody knows, is that these years are so deeply formative for you. We didn't come from money. My mother's father worked the factory floor, my mother's mother a cleaner, a homemaker, my father's father a successful businessman until Germany invaded Poland in the war, and all that wealth was taken away. The saving grace in my childhood was rowing, being an athlete and the Windsor Boys School, and more specifically, the help of Peter Rawlings. Peter was a teacher, my coach, counsellor and mentor. Peter's an absolute legend. He took me under his wing and gave me one-to-one time. In some ways, I guess you could say he was like that father or grandfather figure that I never really had when I was growing up. And that's exactly what I needed. Peter gave me a wider perspective on life. He helped me see what I didn't yet see. And he invited me, as I am inviting you, to create a vision for your life and for your future. Make a decision, make a commitment that however hard it gets, however low I go, I still got this overarching vision, and that means any obstacle can be overcome. And for me, that's a vision to support thousands of people in sales around the world, to give back to society, to provide for my family, and do that through the vehicle of a multi-million-pound business with an incredible team. That is what I'm doing. Not everyone knows that before Sales Confidence, I had a business and that business failed. It was short-lived, it was closed down, the business performed poorly, I had a lack of income, I was a father, I had 2 children and a third on the way. I just simply wasn't ready. The timing was wrong. This triggered one of the most pivotal moments in my life, the second in a series of emotional events and bipolar episodes, the longest of which put me in hospital and separated me from my family for almost 10 weeks. What people often don't see about crisis, challenge, and opportunity is they really are all the same one thing. And what I've come to learn from the rise and the fall, the wealth, the big paychecks, the times when the business couldn't pay me at all, is that all this came down to perception, because the way you perceive things creates meaning, and meaning creates emotion. And that's it. The first of the 5 shifts you must make is emotion. Emotional mastery. Anyone in sales knows that everybody knows what moves us, what drives us is emotion. It's true for the people you're selling to, and it's the same for you too. If you're showing up stressed, burnt out and anxious, guess what? That energy you're bringing to that interaction with your customer, with your client. Like any athlete or sports professional, you must master mindset and emotion. So that's shift number 1. Shift number 2 is connection. You see, with crisis, challenge, and opportunity, sometimes when you're in it, you don't know that you're in it, which means you don't get out of it, or there's an opportunity to crystallize and capitalize, and sometimes you don't know the way. And guess what? There's always someone who does. There's always someone with a perception that you are not yet perceiving. Anyone who knows anything knows we all need a Peter Rawlings in our life. Someone to help us see the bigger picture, what we're missing, so through connection, you enhance and increase that perception. The people around you can be the difference that makes the difference. And that's why I've created this community, so you can get that connection. So that's shift number 2, connection. So shift number 1 is the emotional shift. Number 2 is the connection shift. And number 3 is all about direction. What you need is a step-by-step plan to prioritize your time, your energy, your intention, your attention to drive outcomes and results. All roads lead to Rome. If I was going to Rome right now, I'd rather be flying direct to Rome from London on a private jet, because that is the direct path. Could we get there another way? Sure. Maybe some of you would prefer to hitchhike. Maybe some of you would prefer to do it without a map. And what if you could have a map? Let me give you the map. What if you didn't need to hitchhike? What if you could come with me on that private jet? All roads lead to Rome. Some you get there faster than others, so you need direction. You need the map. You need a step-by-step game plan. And that is shift number 3, direction. Are you with me? Shift number 1, emotion. Shift number 2, connection. Shift number 3, direction. And of course, shift number 4, accountability. We've all experienced that goal. Maybe we've got the goal, but maybe we didn't sustain the goal. Or maybe we didn't get the goal. When we do things together, we do it better. We do it faster. If we're with someone who can pull us up, it's easy to get back up and move forward faster. We do better when there's someone with us side by side every step of the way, keeping us accountable to our thoughts, to our words, to our deeds, so that all of our actions are enabling the outcome and the result that we want. For many of you in here, that is to get to 100K annual earnings per year. Believe me when I tell you, consistency, commitment, and accountability with a partner with pure intentions who only wants the best for you is what you need. So having someone keep us accountable is fundamental, and that is shift number 4. So, shift number 1, emotion. Shift number 2, connection. Shift number 3, direction. Shift number 4, accountability. And shift number 5, are you ready for this? Is coaching. Coaching, because what a good coach will do is what I'm doing for you. It's remove the conscious and subconscious blocks and barriers that get in your way. You know, when I got to 100K, I felt incredible. I felt amazing. It was a huge achievement at that point in my career. And guess what I also felt was guilt, because in that moment, I'd earned as much as my father had ever had in his whole career at less than half his age. I felt guilty because my mother had worked so hard to pay for me to go to those sports classes. I had a subconscious ceiling, a threshold that would get me those results and would cause me to self-sabotage, cause me to distract myself for me to move away from my target. Now, I wouldn't be here now without coaching, and that's shift number 5. You must get a coach. You must be open, be receptive, and be coachable. This is what the Sales Confidence membership, the inner circle, will do for you. I can't do it for you, but I guarantee we can do it with you. Do your part and you will get your goal. We've already had 40 members in our inner circle, and they all decided to choose to invest between £2,000 and £5,000 a year to be in this. Some of them personally, some of them decided to choose to use their learning development budget. We have listened. We've heard what people are saying. We've heard what you're saying. Is there a way that I can be part of the inner circle that is even more accessible and even more affordable to me now? We all need this now more than ever. The answer is yes. With the new exclusive membership we're launching now, not for £5,000, but less than many of you might be spending on coffee and a gym every single month. What's great is that sales leaders see the value and are signing off budget for you to do it. I created this membership to support you through crisis, challenge, and opportunity, to be the bridge from where you are now to where you want to go. Let this be the bridge. Put your email, telephone number, and name in this form, and I promise you, we will reach out to you and we will see if this is a fit for both of us. If this is a fit, we welcome you into the inner circle. If it's not a fit, then we will definitely, certainly, absolutely do what we can to point you in the right direction with your career. I promise you, this call could be one of the most valuable calls, if not the most valuable call, that you will give yourself this year. Don't let inaction or distraction be the reason you do not get your goal. Welcome to Sales Confidence. Welcome to the inner circle. In confidence, in this we trust.